This is JordangeVision. Pull up a seat and kick up your feet. Welcome, guys. How are we doing? It's time for another reaction video, and this one's a little bit different. We did just finish the series Baby Reindeer, of which Richard Gadd created it, with his own character, Donnie Dunn, which is based on himself. Was stalked by a woman in the show named Martha. And very recently, after the show came out, a woman named Fiona Harvey has come out and claimed that she is the woman that Martha is based on. She reached out, I guess, to Piers Morgan and got an interview on Piers Morgan's online show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. So we're going to watch that interview and see what this woman has to say. Like, early observation, like knowing what I saw about the character of Martha, watching the last 7 episodes, it kind of feels like something that Martha would do, like getting public and, you know, responding to what Richard Gadd / Donnie Dunn has to say. So it's not surprising that, you know, someone like Martha, or Fiona, her real name, would reach out and, you know, do an interview like this. So that much doesn't surprise me, but I'm interested to see what this woman has to say, what her side is, if there's anything, you know, different, if there's anything in the show that she objects to. Again, this is on Piers Morgan's online show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. If you want to get really technical, it's Season 3, Episode 103. He does, like, a ton of these a year. I've never watched this specific show. I can't remember if I've ever watched Piers Morgan interview something. He might have guested for Larry King or something one day. But I don't watch a ton of interviews these days. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in, you know, what's going on. Like what she says about the show and what she says about everything. I've never reacted to a straight interview before. Like, I've reacted to the Menendez documentary. It's kind of a, you know, a collection of interviews with, you know, footage and with information and all that. But this is just a straight one-on-one Piers Morgan talking to Fiona Harvey / Martha Scott. So, without further ado, let's get into Piers Morgan Uncensored. Piers Morgan interviews Fiona Harvey. Here we go. Before I get started, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and don't forget, reacting to art is sharing art. Channels like these benefit everyone from the viewers all the way up to the original creators themselves. Also, a reminder, spoilers are likely. If you haven't seen this interview before and would like to, please feel free to click off and take care of that first. I'll be here when you get back. But for those of you who are sticking with me, pull up a seat, kick up your feet. This is the Piers Morgan Uncensored interview with Fiona Harvey, the real Martha Scott from Baby Reindeer. Here we go.
Okay. This show is incredible.
Baby Reindeer.
You got absolutely
It was an incredible show.
Everybody is talking about Baby Reindeer.
Yeah, it was last year. I was a little late to the wagon, but yeah.
It's blown up so quickly and so fast all around the world that I didn't expect it.
He's got the fame he's always wanted.
He says the whole thing started because he felt sorry for you. Have you ever been to prison? What do you feel about Richard Gadd? You think he's mentally unwell? Did you ever turn
all the
prison?
questions, and the answers are coming.
To people who still doubt you, what do you say to them?
Oh man, I cannot wait for
One
this.
of the first things that viewers of Baby Reindeer are told by Netflix is that this is a true story, not based on a true story.
I thought it did say based on a true story.
The show's writer, comedian Richard Gadd, even plays the lead role himself.
Did a wonderful job with everything, the creation and the acting and all that.
I've watched it all. Viewers are gripped by the apparently real-life struggle of a fledgling stand-up comedian who is mercilessly stalked by an older woman, Martha, in a 3-year onslaught of harassment.
Was it 3 years? I thought it was more than that. No.
Of voicemails lurking outside his house.
Actually, I thought it was less.
His past. Now, Richard Gadd said that he and Netflix had gone to such great lengths to disguise Martha's real identity that she wouldn't even recognize herself. Did recognize
surprise, surprise, she did.
Quickly.
I mean, who else is it going to be? Is there another stalker?
The show raises uncomfortable questions about the line between fact and fiction, fantasy and reality. Another innocent man in the
you can't make everything totally true. I get that.
Well, Fiona Harvey is the woman outed as the real Martha of Baby Reindeer. She's chosen to confirm her identity because she wants to have a right of reply. Television.
It is her right.
Well,
here she is.
Thank you for joining me, Fiona. First of all, why have you decided to go public?
The internet sleuths tracked me down and hounded me and gave me death threats.
Oh, the accent is spot on.
I came on your show because you're a veteran broadcaster. I think you'll give me a fair hearing. You were persecuted yourself not so long ago. So that's
not wrong.
Have you watched the drama?
Not at all. I've heard about the court scene, about the jail sentences and all this sort of stuff.
But you really haven't watched any of it?
So she hasn't watched it.
You're not curious to?
No, I think I'd be sick. It's taken over enough of my life. I find it quite obscene.
I mean, Richard Gadd made it and lived it, so
I wouldn't give credence to something like that, and it's not really my kind of drama.
When did you know
It's your life,
that
girl.
you were the person?
I saw Mr. Gadd had written a play for the Edinburgh Festival, and he was holding up placards, MP's wife stalker, and all of this, and he'd called it Baby Reindeer. That's all I knew.
So did she actually use that phrase, Baby
times.
Reindeer?
So
If those
she'd
emails
also
are real,
been
they were in the
jilted
emails.
backstage.
And how did you hear?
I saw on BBC Breaking News that he'd sold to Netflix, and both he and this character, Martha, this Jessica actress, mercilessly.
Wonderful actress, by the way.
Did you?
I thought it was me they were depicting 5 years ago because of this MP's wife stalker article that had been a number done on me by the Sunday Mail 25 years ago when I was going for Donald Du's parliamentary seat. So I
She
knew,
was running for
I had a big
politics?
idea then.
Wow.
The Daily.
Maybe this is what she was
2
getting
weeks
at,
ago.
like
So
with
sort of
all the
2
lawyer
weeks
stuff in her
tomorrow,
phone and the politician
2
stuff in her
weeks ago,
phone.
Were you
and all of
online at all?
this-
Because you were before, but are you these days online?
I've come off Facebook as of yesterday.
As of
Are you
yesterday.
on X? That moment you realised it was you that they were depicting from what you were reading. The sleuths, as you say, had found your tweets. They compared some of the phraseology. How did
There's
that make you
definitely
feel?
similarities.
Absolutely
Kudos to the
horrendous.
actress for,
I couldn't believe he'd
replicating
done
this so
that.
well.
And so long
Probably
after
didn't even
the
know
first
her,
meeting,
but-
I want to play a little clip. This is just some of the reaction to Baby Reindeer
Sure.
from members of
Okay.
the public.
This is the
She
same
ends
stuff
up
we saw
becoming-
before.
It's all a true story, yeah. And they've found the real woman online.
So obviously, given her
She's
a different
watching.
name, they always manage to find a similar looking woman, and the build tends to be
Yeah,
the same.
I have a theory about this, though. I feel like he's
Yeah.
done it on purpose because he knew that people would find her and he wants to make her life
Yeah,
hell a
he-
bit.
Richard
you
Gadd
hear
definitely
that,
found
what do you
the
think?
right woman to play her.
And I just generally think he's got extreme psychiatric problems.
I mean, there's no doubt he has about himself.
Anybody who went through this
If
would have
you
some
watch
kind of problems.
is how much of the way he depicts you is true. And your position is that it's just not factual.
It's a work of fiction. It's a work
Yeah,
of
none of it?
hyperbole,
Probably
as
not.
I've always- There are 2 true facts in that. His name is Richard Gadd, and he worked as a jobbing barman on benefits in the Holy Arms, and we met 2 or 3 times. Those are the only.
Two or
let's go
three
back to it.
times.
Let's go through. The show shows you coming in to a London pub. You've just named the pub. And he's working behind the bar, Richard Gadd. And he offers you a cup of tea. Is that what happened?
No, that's not correct. He didn't.
It wasn't
offer
a
me
cup of tea?
Nobody. A drink of lemonade, and I was very, very hungry. I'm diabetic, so very hungry. So
Okay.
that's.
And did you
true.
talk to him?
He interrupted a conversation. There was another barman there, and he said, "Oh, you're Scottish," and basically commandeered the conversation. It's pretty.
So
rude
he
to
took
his
over
butt, so
a conversation
he
she was
seemed to
having
be
with someone
obsessed
else.
With me, haven't
Yeah.
seen the actress. We're both Scottish. We've both got dark hair. She's considerably younger than me. I think she's about 18 years younger than me.
How old are you, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
58. I'm a year younger
she's
than you.
58 now.
And I think Martha.
I mean, this happened like 10 years
Jessica,
ago, so it's
the
not
actress, is
surprising.
about
It says in the show that you proceeded to return to the same pub time and again, but you never paid for a drink.
I don't drink alcohol.
Well, she wasn't given alcoholic
Did he
drinks.
give you? Did you have a Baby Reindeer?
I had
toy?
a toy reindeer.
Okay, that part was real.
That's true.
And he'd shaved his head. That bit is true. And there were reindeers in the shops. It was Christmas time or something. It was a joke.
Whilst bantering with you, Richard Gadd told you he'd like to hang your curtains. Is that true?
This, I think, was a Holy Arms joke about curtains and a lot of sexual innuendo.
He did say that.
Okay. So he used that phrase.
Is it true that you caught Richard Gadd looking through your window after he followed you home one day?
False.
You never
That
saw him
didn't
again?
happen?
I didn't see him at my house. I think it would be impossible to look through a window.
Did
several
anyone else ever
stories
see him
up.
there?
Maybe he did it,
As
but
far
she
as
didn't
you were
see it.
concerned, in the course of your relationship with Richard Gadd, you send him 41,000 emails, 350 voice messages, 744
Yeah, I wonder what the
tweets,
real number actually
48
is.
Facebook.
If somebody was sending somebody 41,000 emails or something, they'd be doing how many a day? Lots.
Well, it'd be obsessively
Yeah,
contacting
yeah,
someone.
yeah.
That is a
absolutely
pretty
not. Absolutely
astronomical
not. None of
number.
that's
Did you
true. No, none of that's true. I don't think I sent him anything.
I don't
think
believe
there
that she
may
didn't
have
send
been
him
a couple of
anything.
So you're
Where would
denying
anyone-
sending anything to him?
There may have been a couple of emails.
Text
but
messages?
No.
Yeah.
Facebook messages?
It was probably
tweet
more
it?
than that, I would think.
I may have done years and years ago.
You actually
Maybe
tweeted
not
him
41,000,
numerous
but-
times.
The
Did
stuff
you write
that's
him letters?
Public, no. I think when I saw the rape interview, that's actually incorrect. What I said there, when I saw that in the Guardian, I said, "What a shame! It's not your fault." Something
You
like
did
that.
write to him?
One later.
Oh, yeah.
So you
So she
you
saw
would
something
say
like
you
that,
only
okay.
sent, you never texted him.
No.
You tweeted him 18 times, you think?
Yeah, in the show,
You
she
never
didn't get his
sent a
number
Facebook
till late.
message. So why have they got all these details here which are supported?
Who is they? Netflix.
Who has
Which
sent
is
all
not
these things?
correct. So I'm sorry.
Who has sent all this stuff to him?
I've no idea. I think he's probably made it up himself.
I guess quite
So
easily.
Netflix probably has some
Correct.
receipts
because
that
it'll
Richard
be on
Gadd gave
your-
him.
They're all sent from an iPhone,
Yes. So
but they believe it wasn't actually an iPhone ever being used.
meaning what
Meaning
kind
that
of
someone
phone?
was hiding the fact that they were actually not using it. They were pretending it was from
Okay.
an iPhone.
That's kind of something I
don't really
noticed too.
understand
Like,
that.
sent
Or
from my
people
iPhone was
ask
kind
where
of
they're
in a
sending
different
stuff
font
from.
every time.
Okay,
So,
right. Kid of
so
the
she was kind of
year.
pretending
I
it was an
wasn't doing
iPhone when it
that
really
either.
wasn't. Martha, I mean.
I mean, obviously, when you make such an emphatic denial of the central point of the story, you're basically accusing both him but also Netflix of lying about it.
I am.
Oh,
And
she is.
That's pretty defamatory.
It's not defamatory if it's true.
No, it's
That is
defamatory
true. It's not defamatory
that
if it's
they've been
true.
to you. I don't know how much you know about technology, but are you aware that if it was you sending those emails, it would be very easy for the police, for example, to work out exactly where they come from? That the IP address.
That's
would
very
be
true,
right.
yes, I
too.
understand. But the point is, this was years and years ago. We were congratulating him.
But it would all still be there.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
And if you
There's
sent
probably still a
41,000
footprint
emails,
somewhere.
I mean, he's got them.
He's not got 41,000 emails. That over a
He's
year.
got something.
According to you,
How
there's
long
only-
would
there's
He's
that
got
take?
something.
Yeah. I mean, how long would that take someone to type up?
How many do you
41?
think you sent him?
A handful.
Like,
If that.
what does that mean?
Handful?
How many?
What's that?
Less than 10.
10 emails.
Less than 10?
Not 41,000.
Right, there's a massive disparity between the two.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, those are two very different
If
numbers.
it's not you,
Yes, Martha cannot be me because there are a number of allegations that have been put to me by journalists.
Well, who else is a serial stalker?
that are-
if you sue, for example, then this will go to a court of law. And
Mm-hmm.
then on discovery, people will look into all this. The phone company will be asked about evidence of all the text messages. The internet providers will provide all the backup for the emails.
Yep, there will be receipts.
Facebook will be asked about
Either
Facebook
way.
messages.
because I didn't write him the emails.
Who do you think did?
I have no idea. I think he probably made them up himself. I've no idea. 41,000 emails.
Yeah. Except that
He'd have a
someone
lot of
who
time
did
in his
that
hands if he did
would
that.
be-
Yes, I mean that's a lot of emails. And why now? Why didn't he go to the police at the time? Or this sort of doesn't make sense.
I mean,
Well,
the
that was
fact
addressed in the
Netflix have
show.
said this is the real life Martha, the person they based this on, who Richard Gadd has written about, is the person that sent these, and he has the evidence to prove it. What you're saying is that proves you cannot be Martha.
Yes, and I would like to see Netflix's evidence for that.
It's fair. She should be
And
able
you're
to see that.
100%.
No, it's not.
Did you ever attend his stand-up?
I think I went to one. It was a long
She
time
did go to
ago.
You never
one.
shouted out or anything?
Why would I do that? No,
don't know.
No, I mean,
Do you
why would
ever
anybody do
shout
that?
out at comedy shows? I don't know. People do.
No, I don't.
People do
generally go
that.
to comedy.
Did you ever attack Richard Gadd's girlfriend because you were jealous?
No, I don't think he had a girlfriend. I think he's homosexual. To his house
Bisexual
or
is what he claims, but yeah.
attacked him. I haven't seen the show, but I'm getting.
Yeah.
I have, so I'm
got
telling you.
yes, I got all
Yeah.
the court allegations, the trial allegations.
Well, I'm going to come to that, but on that
yeah.
point, did you ever turn up at his house?
No, I don't know where he lived.
But he completely.
Someone who
different.
is a serial stalker would find that out.
Character.
Did you ever contact Richard Gadd's parents and threaten them?
No, that allegation was put to me by journalists.
She's denying a lot.
Never happened. It has Martha's character pleading guilty to intimidating Richard Gadd in court and sentenced to 9 months prison time.
Oh yeah, did that
Let's
happen?
watch.
Okay.
You're charged with the
Showing the
stalking
clip.
of Mr. Donald Dunn between the dates of the 14th of August 2015 and the 22nd of March 2017.
So this is probably her
You
first
were
time seeing
charged
this.
with the harassment of
She hasn't
Gerald
watched the
Dunn
show.
and my little reindeer.
Now, again, there is obviously a resemblance between.
Do you think so?
But
That's
I-
hardly
Oh,
flattering.
Well, I
She
don't
doesn't
know
quite
to
agree, I
say
don't
or
think.
not. The fundamental point of this is: did you take part in that? So did you go to jail? Did you have a
No, of
trial?
course not. Of course
No.
not.
Have you ever been to prison?
No,
Have you ever been charged?
Never
with
been to
any
prison in
offence?
her life.
no.
Never.
Wow.
Nothing. Completely
That's
invented.
completely false, and I don't think the actress sounds like me. I mean, people compare me to Lorraine Kelly, but I look nothing like Lorraine
To be
Kelly.
fair,
I
the
always
actress wouldn't have
dark
met her.
hair and was
And
Scottish.
maybe wouldn't know what
No.
she sounds like, but
I think the
it
actress
sounds
is from Glasgow,
very similar, I
but I'm
think.
not-
And which part of Scotland are you from?
I'm from the Central Belt. the
So it's a
Sussex.
slightly different accent.
It's slightly different.
A Scot would know the difference.
A Scot would
But that's a
think
fundamental
Yeah, I trust
point
that.
here, which involves you admitting to intimidating Richard Gadd and getting a 9-month prison sentence. And that is completely
She's saying she hasn't done
untrue.
that.
completely.
Have you ever changed your name?
My surname was double-barreled.
What was it?
Muir
Okay.
Harvey. So Muir Harvey when I
M-U-I-R.
yes,
Harvey.
when I got
M-U-I-R.
when
Okay.
the parents got to
So that's
All
not
right.
quite an unusual name.
yeah.
So if you'd ever received a criminal conviction for anything, it would
Yeah.
be on police files.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
imagine
what
that
you're
would be
saying
easy to
is
look
you've
up.
Did Netflix ever contact you?
No one's contacted me.
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Did Richard Gadd tell you what he was doing?
No, I had.
Yeah, I don't think Richard Gadd would want any part of her.
Because that's where he
I just
honed-
happened to see that.
Well, that's where he started telling the story,
Yeah.
and that got picked
I was
up.
shocked. I was shocked. And I think Martha
Mm-hmm.
then was a bar stool. I seem to recall reading that. It wasn't an actress sort of person, it was a bar stool.
Yeah, I
Show
guess
them
maybe
clip.
in
This is
the
from Lorraine,
original
actually, who you
one-man
Okay.
show it would have
yourself.
been.
The art and TV in this day and age had maybe simplified it too much.
It's not a villain and victim storyline. I think you're left with a lot more than that. It's kind of two lost
Yeah, it's a
people.
very layered show.
I think they're milking it for all it's worth for the money. She doesn't even sound Scottish in that interview. Her accent seems to be varying.
Well, she's
Right.
not. She's English. She
So
put-
to me,
That woman
yeah,
is not
she's
Scottish.
Which
She's,
had,
she's an actress.
She wasn't
She's
claiming
got
to
a
be.
voice for you. What do you feel about Richard Gadd?
Now?
I think he's psychotic, and I think that anyone going along, being in that play,
I mean-
and doing this to somebody,
Some of his comedy would make you think
find
that.
I find
He says,
But I
the
think
whole
he's just
thing started
eccentric.
because what did you talk to him about?
It was just a Holly Arms banter. It was
Like what? What kind of thing?
what you're going to do with your life, or you know,
Yeah.
career stuff. You know, sort of. And I thought he was a stand-up show.
Is
Like
it
even in the
possible
bar, you
he's
thought he was
under
a
the
stand-up
impression-
show?
Very, very inarticulate, very full of himself.
I don't know if I get full of
How long
himself
did you know him
from Richard Gadd.
He only worked there on certain days.
And did you always go on the days he worked there?
No, I've been in there on different days having food.
Have other people from the pub
I guess
contacted
that's
you?
possible.
Nobody's got that. Well, he maybe should look a bit closer to home, to himself, as someone who needs help.
What, you think he's mentally unwell?
Yes, I think he always was.
Well,
Straight
it wouldn't
or
surprise me if he's
whether
a little
that
mentally
rape was
unwell with everything
real
that's happened
or
to him, but-
conceived
I mean, that's a rape that he
well.
says happened. It was a television.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with
person.
her.
We don't know who it was. Somebody was falsely linked with it, who turns out to have nothing to do with it. But it's a very
Yeah, I talked about
graphic
that at the end
scene
of the
in
last video.
drama. And he's kind of he appears to be in the drama very self-reflective about himself. That he's no angel. He's not perfect. He's made lots of mistakes. and
Yeah,
he
he's
didn't
put his
treat you
mistakes out there too.
In his eyes, as a
So
villain, like he
he's not
says, as
claiming to be
somebody
like-
who felt that you were
like
both
goody-goody.
slightly lost soul.
He seems to have written a couple of other shows about this alleged rape, then this one.
So there's something else
We've
too?
had no apology. For someone who says he feels sorry for me, I've had no apology, and I have this Martha character seems to have smashed up a bar, sexually assaulted him in a
Martha does a
canal,
lot. Yeah.
been to prison.
He
Okay.
says that people shouldn't try to find out the identity of the real people in the drama. Do you give him credit for that? I mean, this is
No,
Okay,
no, I
that's an
haven't.
actual
tweeted
story.
these people
No.
Yeah.
I love,
Am
have
I
worked
supposed to be
with
looking at this?
and
Right.
admire, including Sean Foley, who was the man wrongly accused of being the rapist. Getting caught
It's
up in
true, that shouldn't be the
speculation.
point of the
Please don't
show, but, you
speculate
know,
on who
she came
any
out
of the
herself
people
and
would be.
claimed she was
That's
Martha.
not the point.
With Martha promoting herself, the character Martha, Jessica promoting herself, and him saying, "Don't speculate." Wow, that's a bit rich now, isn't it?
Instantaneous.
It's only
You were
human
tracked
to
down
speculate,
incredibly
really.
quickly.
But it's not like
So
Richard
that
told
was all
everyone
over
that this
BBC
was
They Can
Martha.
Use.
12th of June, same year, your tweets cheer me up, your timeline is good. 23rd of September, my curtains need hung badly.
What? That's an actual tweet?
Yes, on the 18th of December, please go and see Richard Gadd's show. It's well written and neurotic.
Yeah, yeah.
The filmed
Oh,
bum
man.
shots are the best. Fantastic ass.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
But that's
Yeah.
Encourage him.
nothing negative.
Like the text about anal sex was a
No.
joke.
But the show did involve you.
This show here, not that show there.
That made no reference
This was a
to
previous show.
you. That
I don't know anything about the
Which
one man
the
show,
one
to be
you're talking
fair.
about.
The Martha Barstool Edinburgh Festival thing wasn't making any money. He'd failed as a comedian, he'd failed as an actor, and therefore, let's make some money, sell this to Netflix.
Sure is
I
not
think
failing as an
anyone
actor
would
now.
vote mine.
Are either parents still alive?
My mother is, yeah.
And how does she feel about this?
I've not talked to her about it. I'm hoping she'll have just seen the Scottish headlines and that's it. She's not an internet freak.
Idea what's
Probably a good thing for the
Um,
mother's
she-
sake.
she will
You
make
haven't
a
talked to your mother about
selection.
this?
No, and that may seem strange, but I don't want to worry her. I'll tell her I've been on this show.
Yeah, that's a pretty
But
fair
it
feeling, I
is.
think.
That you came into contact with the late Glasgow MP Jimmy Ray, who died aged 78 in 2013, and his solicitor wife Laura, who was 62, when she was a former Labour Party member. Mrs. Ray said that she gave Aberdeen University law graduate you did graduate from Aberdeen?
Yes, yes.
With a law degree.
Okay. So the law degree is
trainee
true.
role at
She lured me
All
away
right.
from another firm. She headhunted me from another firm because she needed someone to do employment law.
Free agent
She
lawyer.
said that she had to sack you days later because you were completely incapable of behaving yourself.
I walked. Her
Oh,
staff were
okay.
really, really rude to me. The Labour Party.
So there were
would
some
not be
fireworks
at one
there.
point.
You were then served an interim interdict to stop you from contacting the lawyer or her politician husband.
Okay.
She
Reported that.
messed up. I
So there's
know,
some history
and I
like
still
that.
speak today.
Sorry, you went into court to get them yourself?
Yes, but
Against
there was
who?
no need against Laura Walker and Jimmy Ray.
But she said one was served on you.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
And
Check this
Okay, she's
out.
denying that
Again,
too.
there would be why would two people who have no contact with each other at all, Laura Ray and Richard Gadd, why would they both portray you as a very unpleasant?
I don't
Very
know
good
why
question.
Richard Gadd has, but Laura Walker, it was certainly because I was going for parliamentary selection.
The two different. You get my
Okay.
point. Two different.
So
people.
political
Richard
on that
Gadd
side,
has
she
Googled
says.
that. Richard Gadd has used that as
Well,
a
that's in the
basis for his
drama.
show.
Is when they find out that you had previously harassed this family.
I haven't harassed that family in 88.
She's definitely had
Parliamentary
some
selection
conflict
was
with
till
that family.
2000. He Googled up
Whether it was stalking or not.
the article.
Yeah, I mean, how many relationships have you had?
I told the staff that relationships were out of bounds. A lot more than Richard Gadd has, I would say.
I mean, he had a lot.
Quite a few.
Yeah, in the show he had.
Here's my
Yeah.
point. Now
Yeah,
you're
too
getting
many.
public.
If your next question is going to be, am I stalking them? I think the answer's going to be no.
Well, no, I just wonder how
Yeah.
do you think they would view you?
I think they are going to think what I think about Richard Gadd, that he's completely off his head.
I mean, a lot of people think that about their exes, to be fair.
Currently,
people I don't know are saying things like, are you getting hounded in the street? You know, people are being really, really nice.
She probably is.
Anyone who does.
Here's the thing: I don't know the truth. You do, and you've been emphatic in
Yeah.
the number of denials you're making here.
That's right.
But many of those
Too many
things
to
that I
count.
put to you can be proven.
You're talking about emails and trail.
Yeah, those
all
things
that,
can,
all of
like,
that.
if
You're
you really
obsessed with- You've gone on at length for a good 10 minutes about the emails.
Well, only because
Yeah.
the emails.
because
are
it's a vast number.
Well, there's a huge number, and voice messages. The voice messages he's kept apparently.
Yeah, he claims that he still has them.
I don't know if he's got any voicemail.
But if he has 350 voice messages and it's you,
It doesn't mean the drama is true.
but is it possible he's got 350 voice
I
messages?
doubt that very much. So.
Again, maybe the
doubt
number's fudged, but he's probably got
I
something.
doubt it. I've not contacted
But I'm curious,
him.
why would there even be a possibility of him having that number of voice messages from you?
Because he's crazy. He wants to make this up. I mean, I've not phoned the guy. I don't have his number.
Yeah, but you're not sure that he hasn't got
You
them.
haven't phoned him? I'm not sure I believe
I
that.
think the only explanation for having a voicemail from me would be taping me in the Holy Arms. That's the only place we've
Or
ever
that you've
met.
left messages on his
So
phone.
she's claiming that he
That's
taped
the other
her
explanation, which
when the
just
show
didn't
claimed
happen.
that Martha
You
taped
can't be
him.
sure. Right, but you just said you weren't sure if these were your voice messages.
Yeah, what I mean is somebody could be taping me. You know, somebody could have taped me in the Holy Arms.
Is
Yeah.
it
I'd be
easy-
interested if Richard
easily
Gadd has
provable
them to, like,
things?
if
He's
the
either got
voicemails
them
are
or
actually
he
there,
hasn't.
that to, like,
Yeah,
actually
I
hear
mean,
them
we
somewhere.
And the email-
version of that, but
And the emails, obviously, there'll be an IP address, and that if
Yeah,
that
I mean-
leads to you,
Yeah, you're not anonymous
I mean, my
online.
point is, though, I didn't lunge at him across the bar. I didn't sexually assault him in a canal. I didn't go to jail.
I understand.
So,
but here's my point to you.
yeah.
Here's my point to you, Fiona. And I'm not trying to catch you out.
Just asking the
I
hard
watched
questions.
The drama.
Yeah, I am not saying at all that I sent loads of emails. You maybe misheard, play back the interview. What I'm saying is a handful at most. If I did, congratulations about
Yeah,
the
she's
show.
admitting to a few.
And if he does have
But not
350
41,000.
voice messages,
I know that he doesn't.
and it's your voice,
He doesn't.
and everyone can now hear your voice.
Unless he was taping me in the Holy Arms.
Yeah.
Or he just
If he
kept them on
does
his
have
phone.
350 voice
I didn't
messages,
phone
he
him.
could easily come forward and say, here they are.
Honestly,
So I don't know if he's
what-
done anything
so
like that.
It's your
In order for a dramatization to be true, it's got to be, you know, the only defenses are veritas, I'm telling the truth, or the whole drama needs to be true. They have billed it as a true story, so has he, and it's not true.
It's kind of
The rest
impossible
is
to make
not. So
everything
Why would you
true, to be
qualify
fair.
that?
What?
Why would
As
you
long as the
suddenly
basic story
qualify
is true,
even
they
if
can
it's
still do
true?
that.
I don't want to force you into saying anything
Yeah,
that's
I mean-
not actually true, but it seems to me that it may be possible that you have communicated all this stuff with him, but that doesn't mean you did the more serious things.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's even aware of
you
everything
had
that happened in
a
the show if
relationship
she
with
hasn't
this
seen the
guy.
show. So,
And I'm just trying to get to the truth. You understand?
No, I
honestly not trying to
see that. It's your show.
I'm not trying to trip you up. I'm just trying to get to the truth.
I see that.
He has put his version out there, and the world is watching.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Millions and millions of people
his
around
version
the
is
world
that is
have
there.
Richard Gadd's version.
This is your version.
Simply saying to you, if you were a violent stalker, or if you'd had a previous situation where you got this interim incident, which we know was served on you.
No, it was not.
It wasn't?
We think that the previous scenario happened. She does not have an interim interdict. The sheriff
There was friction, but apparently there's not a
that and say she
protective
didn't
order
lock
or
up
anything.
And minutes of
Richard Gadd,
injunction.
if Richard Gadd is watching this, what's your message to him?
Leave me alone, please. Get a life, get a proper job. I am horrified.
Oh, he's got himself a job. Don't worry about that.
And you will categorically be taking legal action.
Absolutely, against both him and Netflix.
I think it's been about a year. I don't know if that's happened yet.
But we want to explore all the options out there. There are a number of people to sue.
Yeah, it wouldn't be just Richard Gadd. It'd be like
Daily Mail.
Netflix people and writers and
Anyone
actors and
that's
stuff.
saying this.
If you sue and there's discovery, and it turns out that 41,000 emails did come from a device belonging to you, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't be suing if I thought there were 41,000 emails out there.
I can agree that it's probably not that number.
It would
but
obviously,
there's got to be something.
Okay.
And their central claim that they made all this effort not to lead to you being identified, I don't think stands water.
I don't think it stands. Agree.
I mean, if you really
discovered
dig, you
it
probably
when I
could,
saw
but
the
I didn't know who
news
she was
Baby
until I
Reindeer
heard
show
of
at
this
the Edinburgh
interview.
Festival, MP's wife stalker. All you need to do is Google that. Then I saw the name of the show and I thought, bloody hell, what's he up to? And,
the whole Baby Reindeer thing was real. The thing about the actual reindeer.
So I was, let him get on with things. He's not going to be that damaging. You don't really know him. This will go away. Famous
Surprise, it's Netflix. It ain't going
Years
away.
ago.
If we accept that the one that you admit to sending is in your own handwriting, he has another 105 letters in your
Yes, it's
handwriting.
nonsense. It's nonsense.
Are you prepared for him to show that one?
He's
and the
maybe
others?
forged things. I mean, people. Things
In the
that-
same handwriting, though? I don't know.
Successful, wouldn't that point
Yeah, I
to
mean,
maybe...
we'd obviously bring in handwriting experts. I didn't do it. Not
You only-
guilty.
you only ever
I'm
sent
sorry.
one letter?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
haven't sent that guy 106 letters.
Do you still email people? Do you send
Does
email?
anybody still email
Yeah.
people?
Do you have the same email address
Like
you've always
personal
had?
emails, I mean?
I had 6 at one point.
Why?
Because I like to keep people on different phones and different emails.
Six different email
easier.
accounts?
It's
Was it-
Is that a normal thing?
It's
People having
easier
more than
to
one
have
email
some for
and
your utilities,
more than one
some
phone and
for
all that?
close- Yeah.
The 6 is a lot.
Is it?
6 is a lot.
I don't know anybody with 6 email addresses.
You don't know
I don't
many
think I do
people then.
either.
I know.
And you have 4 phones.
Yeah, 2 broke. They were very, very old. One was brand new and broke, and it's still to be returned to the shop. I like keeping people on separate phones as well. And maybe that makes me a maniac or a stalker or something.
Maybe just
but
a
if you
little.
put somebody else
Yeah,
or
I don't know what I
somebody
think
on
about that.
Fiona, do you think if somebody did send someone
Yeah,
41,000 emails, 350
I think that's
voice messages,
excessive, obviously, yeah.
would that,
Obviously.
to you, would that mean someone's stalking someone?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it could be it could be your wife. It could be you.
Depends
you
what the
may be
emails are
sending
about, but
emails
yeah.
every day about 41,000 is a lot. That's how many a day? My maths isn't working this time of night.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't math that.
That doesn't. They could have been friends for 50 years or something.
Was he ever your friend, Richard Gadd?
No. Staff asked me that as well. No, I don't think so.
You had a lot of banter with him.
Bantered
They've
over
obviously had
years.
some sort of
Quite kinda
relationship before.
welcome.
Were you ever in love with him?
Yes. Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you said yes
That's not the
before.
question.
He said, "Would I like my curtains fixed?" And I laughed, and he said, "That's a
Yeah.
euphemism. Do you want me to come home with you?" And I
Yep,
said, "I've
we've
got a
heard that one.
boyfriend." I gave him the brush off, big time, I think. Subtly so,
I wonder if she actually
borderline is,
received
I think
the
she's behind him. No, I
anal
don't
sex
think so.
email.
People will watch this who've watched the Netflix series, and like me, they will be trying to work out where the truth lies.
Wheels are spinning.
Regardless of your culpability of anything, the duty of care has failed because people identified you incredibly quickly. Made
Yeah,
this what
that
they
is a
say
bit
is a
surprising,
true
yeah.
story, and the picture they paint is of a completely crazed stalker ruining a man's life. Albeit he accepts that some of his behaviour may have led the person on.
I don't know how much
He's
he's
put
made
both
out
sides
of
out
this
there.
Netflix thing.
I would imagine several million pounds.
Yes, I would say
Yeah, I
a
imagine he
lawyer
cleaned
I know
up on
well
this.
thought out of
Do
defaming
you resent
me.
that?
Yeah.
I don't resent any Scot getting on. This is not what this is about.
But he's
Yeah,
effectively
probably not.
making money.
Yeah, he's making money out of untrue facts. He's been the ultimate misogynist. The actress was also
Yeah,
not
I didn't
feeling
see
for
that
Tom,
within the
he was
show.
feeling for- I think he did that to sort of stir things up more. I think they knew exactly what they were doing, and I think
I don't know about that. When you make a post like that about, don't try to find out who these people are, like,
it's
I think you mean
crazy.
that.
Well, your star got
Doesn't
other
mean
things
that's how
to
people
do,
will take
but
it, but I
saying
think
it's
you
a
mean that.
possibility. I
Which
think
school was that?
Balfour High. I went to the science. Person got the most marks because you can get 99%.
How many O and A levels did you end up with?
I got 6 hires.
This is British school stuff. I don't know what this means.
The thing.
And with your law degree, what grade did you get?
Not bad. I mean, all right.
What was it?
Not top of the class?
I just did an ordinary degree and then a diploma in legal practice.
Well, what grades did you get for it?
All right grades. But I went out
what were they?
partying.
Doesn't want to give the specific answer.
You did. This is from Aberdeen University.
Yeah.
So what degree did you end up with?
A law degree, and then I did a politics degree after that.
And what grade did you
Politics,
get for
women's studies.
He's very interested in the grades.
Because I didn't. When you went to university, you
There's
didn't.
a reason. You say you got a photographic memory, but
Yeah.
what grades did you get?
Yeah, he's asked that question like 5
all right
times.
grades. I mean,
Right, but you can't remember how you did.
All right.
I did all right. I didn't do top of the year.
I mean, I don't remember my
You're-
exact
the other
specific
graduates at the same time,
percentage
they'll
marks
remember.
that I got in school, but I
Some of them
remember kind of how
me,
I
One
did.
of them didn't.
If it came to it, would you take a lie detector test?
Yeah.
I'd be interested in
possibly,
seeing
yeah,
that
we need
too.
It's about
If we
that.
set one up, you would do it.
A lie detector test for what? On
Well,
my
no,
stalker
the police,
or
as you know,
what?
the police
Just to ask the same questions that she was asked in the interview.
They don't use them that much. I know you've done the programs of women behind bars and things. I confess, I think I've just seen one, but it's not used that much.
Well, look, I've done a lot
You'd be
of
surprised, I
crime,
think.
way more mass murderers, serial killers, and so on. And they're all. I got to say, almost all of them are very good liars. You think?
Yeah, I guess some of them skirt through
Either
if they
she's-
know how.
Like when my 94-year-old ex-neighbour was dying, we all knew she was dying, and I'd phoned her in the hospital the night before, and I lied and said, have a good sleep, everything's going to be fine, and that, I like that.
Everyone lies like that, I think.
It's some,
How many times did you meet Richard Gere?
don't know,
What would you guess?
5, 6, maybe 5, 6
5,
times.
6?
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know about
In your
that.
life to this. If that's
I
all
think there's
true-
5, 6 in the first
I think he
episode.
wanted to- I think you should watch this. I think you should look at the number of articles that Richard Gadd and Jessica, the actress, have done, and how Netflix and he have promoted this. I think you should look at him saying, I am some sort of mental case, and judge for yourselves.
Well, that's why we have these interviews, right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's the interview. All right, let's talk about it. That actually flew by. All right, guys, thank you for watching my reaction to the Piers Morgan interview with Fiona Harvey, aka the real Martha Scott. So she's been asked all these questions, have you sent all these emails, like 41,000? She's admitted to doing a few, but not the astronomical number, which I kind of agree with on that. She was asked if she ever attacked him. She was asked if, contacted with parents, like all the crazy shit that Martha did in the show. And basically saying all of it's fiction. You can't, like saying Baby Reindeer can't say that it's based on a true story and then, call this actually what happened, because, yeah, she's definitely made her side known. My impressions, and I got to be really careful because I'm not talking about Martha anymore. I am actually talking about a real person here. She is very, engaging. The way that I saw Martha, and by the way, Jessica Gunning, who played Martha, like obviously she couldn't have known who this person is, and she couldn't have met this person. But I guess Richard Gadd gave her the direction about, about who this person was, and, be so similar to her, without even knowing who she is. Like, that's incredible acting right there. So Jessica Gunning, who played Martha in the show, wow. Like, I'm even more impressed now that I've seen this interview of how similar they are, like, in personality-wise. Like, if I heard an audio interview or something like that, obviously I could tell them apart by how they look, but if, like, I heard an audio interview, like, the two of them having a conversation with each other, like, I don't know if I could tell them apart. Obviously, she's a very engaging person. She's a very charismatic person, I guess. I guess one thing other than, the voice and everything that's very similar between Fiona and Martha. She was always very talkative. She was always very, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess she's just the kind of person, I guess, who kind of pulls you in. One of those people who's born interesting. Like you can't teach how interesting you are sometimes. Like if you know the Ben Stein teacher character in Ferris Bueller, uh, someone like that who's just a walking boring. Fiona and Martha are very much the opposite of that. Like she is a person that pulls you in and makes you want to talk to her. And then getting into the allegations, obviously she's admitted to much less than Martha did in the show. And she said she hasn't seen the show, so she probably isn't aware of everything that, Richard Gadd actually said Martha did. Piers Morgan's told her about a lot during that interview. She's admitted that she sent a few emails. She's admitted, a few tweets, like a few voicemails, maybe one voicemail, I think she said. But definitely not like 41,000 or anything like that. And when you think about that kind of number, it probably is a lot. And, it wouldn't surprise me too if Richard Gadd did have like all that. And, Piers Morgan did make the point with her, like, if Richard Gadd does have all this stuff, he can easily show it. And obviously, I think it's been a year since this interview. Let me check the date quickly. Yeah, the interview was posted on YouTube May 9th, 2024. So yeah, it's been just over a year, and I haven't heard anything about Richard Gadd like rebutting this interview. I haven't heard anything about her going forward with a lawsuit either. So I don't think we've seen anything like that on either side. I think Richard Gadd has kind of covered his bases legally though by not using her real name. Like he didn't even use his own real name. He could have used his real name, I think, but Netflix has said it's based on a true story, and it's like it's hard to, go back into something true and make everything exactly true. Like I know that. But I think Richard Gadd kind of covered his bases legally by not using her real name. And even though, Piers Morgan made the point and she's made the point too, people will be curious and try to find her. And I guess a few internet sleuths have and, pointed out that this is Fiona Harvey and yeah. And she's come out and admitted that, this is probably her. Like Richard Gadd has not said, oh, Fiona Harvey did this or anything like that. Like he said, it's the character Martha. Even if we do say that Richard Gadd did exaggerate so like most of what was in the show, like even if we do say that, I don't know if she has a legal leg to stand on because, he's not saying that this was Fiona Harvey. He's saying that this was Martha. He never explicitly said that those two are the same. It was kind of actually her that came out and admitted that they were the same. But like, I think if Richard Gadd actually used her real name, she might have a case, but I don't know about that. Maybe the laws in the UK are different. I don't know, but it's going back to, the person who came out and, thought he was the real Darien and he tried to stir something up. And that, I think that's what sparked the message that Richard Gadd posted. People thought he was Darien and Richard Gadd had to say that this person wasn't Darien. And he posted that message saying, please don't speculate on who these people are. And, I think he meant that. I think he really did. Like, and even if you guess right, I'm not trying to, have any bad relationships with these people. I'm just trying to move on. I'm just trying to, at the same time, you're kind of making money off that experience, and, furthering your career in that experience. But Richard Gadd probably did the right thing in, not using the real names. Like, I do think, and I kind of reiterated this at the start of the video too, I do think doing an interview like this publicly with someone like Piers Morgan is something that Martha would do in response to, Richard Gadd releasing a show like this. Again, as Piers Morgan said, he's not the one who knows the truth. And, as the viewers, I guess we're not the ones who know the truth either. Richard Gadd knows his truth. Fiona Harvey knows her truth. The reality is probably somewhere in the middle. Like, that's the cliche, I know. But obviously these two people were acquainted at some point in their lives. Richard Gadd wrote about that experience. He did a show about it and eventually did a Netflix show about it. And Fiona Harvey, after realizing, the phenomenon this show has become, did this interview. Yeah, Piers asked her about, her relationship with, it was some MP, I think, or the wife of an MP who was a lawyer. Apparently, she worked for her and got fired very quickly because of some incompatible or irreconcilable differences, I guess. I guess that's what the article was based on within the show. The article about serial stalker. I don't know. She hasn't admitted to the serial stalking or anything like that. She stated in the interview that her full name is Fiona Muir Harvey. She dropped the Muir at some point. She would have been Fiona Muir Harvey when that interaction with the lawyer happened. So I've never actually Googled the name Fiona Muir Harvey because this interview is the first time I've heard it. But I wonder if there are any stray articles out there. Would have been the article that Richard Gadd saw when when he looked up this person that he met. Yeah, it is interesting to think about. Obviously, it wouldn't surprise me if a few moments in the show were dramatized or exaggerated a little bit. At the same time, I do believe that what Richard Gadd has put out there is his truth. Maybe a few things changed. Maybe some of the numbers of the voicemails were exaggerated. Like, he claims he was assaulted. She claims that he wasn't. It's a lot of he said, she said, and, we weren't there. We don't know what actually happened. We only know what we saw in the show, and we only know what she rebutted just now. It's hard to definitively comment. It's hard to definitively take a position here, because this is this woman's word. And, we can take it or we can leave it. I mean, we can mark the similarities between Jessica and Fiona / Martha. We can see how similar they are in personality. Does that necessarily mean that she did what the show says she did? It doesn't necessarily mean that at all. Like I said, maybe a few things were exaggerated, but we don't know that. Like, the only people who do know that are the people who were involved. We can obviously have our opinions of what we think of her. What we can't do without fully knowing is stating our opinions as fact. And that's what I'm trying really hard not to do here. But it does kind of give a different angle to the show that we just watched. Obviously, it was a very successful show, and it was a very entertaining show, if at times very, very disturbing to watch. But yeah, that interview did give it a whole other layer, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there is any lawsuit or if there is any, rebuttal from Richard Gadd. I haven't like looked that up and seen if there's anything like that. I think it was important to look at both sides, I guess. And yeah, we have what's in Baby Reindeer and we have what's in that interview, and we take what we can from both media and kind of form our own version of the truth. And that's what media is supposed to do. It's what TV is supposed to do. It's what movies are supposed to do. It's what news media is supposed to do. It's supposed to make us think. And, this show definitely, the show Baby Reindeer definitely did, and this interview definitely did as well. So, thank you guys for watching my reaction to the Piers Morgan, Fiona Harvey interview. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my sports vlogging channel, JordangeVision Sports. And once again, this is Jordan saying you can be productive sitting at home on your couch. All you need is a TV, a great catalog, and a vision. This has been JordangeVision. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Take care, and bye.